Welcome to Classic Radio Drama Theater. In this episode, we bring you a gripping collection of classic radio dramas, all centered around crime, mystery, and the dark side of human nature. We'll unravel a suspicious boxing match, investigate a murder with 3 surprising confessions, explore a web of deceit surrounding a forgetful young woman, and follow the trail of a gambler's last, desperate bet. 4 thrilling stories, 4 compelling mysteries, all in one unforgettable episode. First, we step into the world of Broadway's My Beat with a fixed prize fight. A detective investigates a boxing match where the odds shift dramatically. Can he uncover a conspiracy before the final round?
Broadway's My Beat with Anthony Ross as Detective Danny Clover.
Broadway's My Beat. From Times Square to Columbus Circle. The gaudiest, the most violent, the lonesomest mile in the world. Where your safest bet is on the time of day. And even that they'll fix if they can figure an angle. It's not a street, it's a merry-go-round. Where you can't tell whether that pretty girl sitting over there in the convertible parked by the curb should be called Dimples or Double Cross. Well, that's the street I'm walking, and I got a little time to kill before I check in at the precinct station house, so I decided to look in at Stillman's Gymnasium, where box fighters work out, and watch the kids spar a few rounds.
How's it, Lieutenant?
Usual bunch of two-bit gamblers and matchmakers standing around on the sidewalk outside. And upstairs, a mob of guys watching the 2 practice rounds. I see a fight manager I know called Jack Siegel. He sees me, too.
Hey, Lieutenant, you're up early today.
Jack, boy, you're looking good.
Hog fat, Danny. A habit of eating.
I hear a lot of people speak very highly of that habit in my time. Who are you eating off these days?
Is that a way to talk, Danny? You mean what future champion's destinies am I guiding at the moment?
Have it your way, Jack. You got a good prospect?
You mean you don't know?
No.
The leading welterweight contender? The best counter-puncher since Joe Gans? The pride of Hell's Kitchen? You don't know?
When the day comes that you don't have the latest sensation...
Only this time for real, Danny. Look, ring 1. The boy in the green jersey and sweatpants.
He's a welterweight.
He'll make the weight.
Hey, you know, I think I know that boy.
Terrible Terry Rogan. I teach him everything.
Sure, he's got a fight coming up at the Garden this week, hasn't he?
And the winner to get a crack at the title.
Terry Rogan, is it? You know, I remember him when his name was Rogansky or some such, and he's fighting in the police athletic league.
That's the boy.
Yeah, he's good. I like these quick weathers.
Well, that's all. He's gone 3 rounds. He's through. You want to say hello, Lieutenant?
Yeah, I'd like that, Jack.
So come with me. How you feeling, kid?
Okay. Some sparring partners you get for me.
What's the matter with him?
Keeps giving me the heel of his glove and the laces. All the time in the clinches, I get string in my mush.
So? What do you think Perini will be giving you Friday night?
Hiya, Terry.
This here's Lieutenant Danny Clover. Terry, shake hands.
Hey, I remember you. Lieutenant Clover, sure.
Sure, the PAL fights 3-4 years ago.
Sure. I remember you telling me how you was a fighter yourself years ago.
Yeah, but that's a
You,
lot.
Danny? This I never knew.
You could look it up. Right after the first war, I win 5 fights in a row, and then...
Yeah?
Then I lose 5 fights in a row. Look it up. Hey, you better get your robe on, kid.
Oh, yeah. You want to come back in the locker rooms, Lieutenant? Chew the fat?
Yeah. So you're going at the Garden Friday night, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Say, Lieutenant, remember that night in the PAL finals? I was just a kid then, Jack, fighting feather. Lieutenant here was in my corner.
Hey, what about Friday? You gonna take this Perini?
Oh, who knows?
They were quoting odds yesterday, Danny. Terry's 2-1 to take him.
Yeah.
You should have seen that PAL final, Jack. It was before I knew how to use my right. I win that final with just my left hand, right, Lieutenant?
Oh, now, I'm more interested in talking about Friday night, kid. Jack tells me you win, you get a crack at the title.
Yeah, that's right.
That's great, kid. I know you'll win. I'll be betting on you. You better grab yourself a shower.
Oh, yeah. Lieutenant,
Yeah?
you never can tell about fights, you know, Lieutenant.
What's the matter?
Well, it's just that I wouldn't want you to lose any money betting.
Hey, shut up. What kind of talk is that? You beat it to the shower. Tell Irv to give you a rub down before your legs tighten up.
Well, I was only
cut it out. Do like I say.
What makes you feel any better, kid? I never bet big on the fights.
Okay, Lieutenant.
Come on, Danny.
Yeah. Your boy is not exactly looking forward to Friday, is he, Jack? For a 2-to-1 favorite.
Let's get out of here. I'll walk you down 8th Avenue. Sunlight. That gym gives me the Williams.
I can't figure it. Your boy trying to tout me off of betting on him.
Grief, Danny. Do me a favor, forget it.
Huh?
He's like this all the time before a fight. Why, you should believe it, 2 months ago, we was fighting at the arena. What's the matter?
Hey, get that. Over there in that convertible across the street.
Oh, yeah. Her.
You know that? Boy, on a spring day like this, I could wish I were 20 years younger. Say, wouldn't that break your heart?
Yeah, she probably would, too.
What's the matter, Jack? What's wrong with her?
Come on, I got ulcers.
Hey, she's so beautiful, she's untrue.
Come on.
Well, you know her? Who is she?
Trouble. Trouble for my boy. Louise is her first name, Lindsay is her last name, but her middle name is Trouble.
Oh?
5 weeks ago, she turns up and he's been running around with her ever since.
It's quite a car she's got. She in the money?
Not that. The car is the kid's. He buys it day after he drops Kid Leviton in the 3rd.
Oh, forget it, Jack. A young fighter and a beautiful like that go together like 5 and 2. It's a natural.
Don't help my ulcers. Take it easy, Lieutenant.
Where you going?
Back to the gym. I get thinking. When I get thinking, I get worrying. When I get worrying, I gotta get back and have a look at my boy. I'll see you around.
Hiya, Danny. What do you know for sure?
Not much, Al.
Where you been, Stillman's?
Yeah, watching young Terry Rogan. He goes to the Garden Friday night.
Oh, yeah, Rogan.
What about him?
Keep your money in your pocket, Danny.
What?
Big Sig Sherman's in town, you know? I'll see you around, Danny.
Hello, I want to speak to Tony Florida.
This is Florida.
It's Danny Clover, Tony. Are you awake?
What time is it?
It's a little afternoon.
Oh, Danny, you know I don't close my club till 4 in the morning.
Listen, Tony, wake up, will you? You ever hear of a guy called Big Sig Sherman? Hello?
I'm still here, Danny.
Oh. I take it you heard of him, huh?
I heard of him. Very rapid citizen.
Am I out of line asking you about him, Tony?
You're never out of line, Danny.
Well, what can you tell me about this Sherman?
Big Sig is a businessman, Danny. A very big businessman.
Yeah?
He's a careful businessman. He likes to make sure of his profits, you know?
Yeah, where's he from?
His home?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but he's got an address in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
What's he doing in town, Tony? Do you know?
Big Sig is in the syndicate, Danny. I think you better ask your other questions from somebody else.
But listen, Tony. The syndicate. So the syndicate is on this. That's all I need. Well, hello, sweetheart.
Lieutenant Clover. Just who I've been waiting for. What are you doing Friday night? Are you on duty?
Friday night?
A visiting fireman was by here this morning and bought 12 tickets for the fight Friday night, and then turned around and bought 2 more. The last 2 for me. Ringside.
What do you know?
I did not either. All I did was smile at him and to say I wished I could get to see a fight sometime. You want to come with me?
I'll let you know later, Sally. Now, give me a handful of cigars.
Give me a handful of money. And what I hear, it's going to be a fight worth seeing. This Terry Rogan, you know, fighting Patsy Perini. The odds are 2-1, this character was telling me.
Yes, so I hear.
Well, and from what he was saying, he couldn't understand why Perini was such a favorite.
Perini's not the favorite.
Well, this character said he was. He said the odds had changed overnight. You think maybe the fix is in, Danny?
Did you ever hear of Big Sig Sherman, Sally?
I heard of him. Big Sig, they call him. They should call him Sure Shot Sherman, the way he hates to take chances. Is he in town?
Give me my change, sweetheart.
Say, what's your hurry? I offer him a free-for-nothing pass ringside.
I'll have to let you know about it later, Sally. I'm late to check in at the precinct.
What is all this? Assign you to the garden fight? Now look, Clover.
I'm sure it's not going to be a square rattle, Captain, unless I can just get the time.
I need every man in the squad to work in this narcotics hall, Clover.
Look, sir. Yesterday, Terry Hogan was a 2-1 favorite. Overnight, the odds switch. Now the other boy is favorite. Same odds. They'll get even longer.
That's not evidence.
Not evidence. Captain Forster, you hear what I said? The boy was a 2-1 favorite yesterday. He's now a 2-1 short ender. Odds don't change like that unless something's up. Well, you can see what happened. Whoever put this fight in the tank got big money down here, Detroit, Los Angeles, New Orleans, all over the country. And then somebody talked. The word has gotten around. But by fight time Friday night, the odds will be 10-1 in favor of Perini, who doesn't figure even to go the limit with Rogan, unless it's a tank job.
If you really think there's something wrong, pull in some gamblers and ask them questions. You know enough gamblers. Yeah, what about your friend Tony Florida?
I've asked enough questions already, sir, to make me feel this fight is in the tank. Now, I can keep it square if you'll just assign me to it till Friday night.
Well, it's a waste of time.
Oh, it's just 2 days, sir. Tom Donnelly and
Donnelly's busy on the narcotics hall, and that's that. And you should be, too, and you will if you don't get out of my office in a hurry.
Thank you, Captain.
Oh?
Hiya, Terry. Can I come in?
Yeah, sure. Sure, Lieutenant. What's up? I'm supposed to be in bed by now, you know.
Yeah, I know. Jack Siegel said he didn't mind if I stopped by for just a minute or two.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You wouldn't know why I came by, would you, Terry?
Why, no, I got no idea, Lieutenant. Maybe to tell me to remember my right tomorrow night.
Yeah. In a way, that's it.
That was, certainly some fight that night, Lieutenant. I'm glad you were in my corner. I learned a lot since then.
Yeah?
Sure, that Jack Siegel, he's one smart manager.
He's not too smart for his own good, is he, Terry?
What do you mean?
Something funny's going on with the odds in this fight, Terry. First, it's 2-1 on you, and off your record, I figure it's an overlay at that. Then all of a sudden, since overnight, the odds get twisted around to where you're the long shot. How about that?
Oh, well, that's just gambler talk, isn't it? Who knows why these things happen?
Yeah. Who knows?
Hey, Lieutenant, you don't think I'd do anything, well, crooked, do you?
You tell me, Terry.
Honest, Lieutenant, you got me all wrong.
Who's this Louise Lindsay, Terry? How long have you known her?
Now, look, Lieutenant, just forget her. See, keep her out of this.
What's there to keep her out of, Terry?
Why, what we're talking about. I'm engaged to Louise, Lieutenant. That's absolutely straight.
Where's she from?
None of your business. She's my fiancée, that's all.
Oh, just your fiancée.
That's right. We're getting hitched right after this fight, if you want to know.
Sure. Congratulations, kid. Get a good night's sleep. I'm sorry if I sounded off a little.
Yeah, that's okay. Night.
Don't forget to keep your right hand up tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do that.
Evening, Danny. I saved the table for you. It'll be quiet over in the corner.
Thanks, Tony. Say, the girl show up yet?
Yeah, she's here. You're doing very well for yourself these days.
Something, isn't she?
Black hair. I prefer hair like that. It's on the level. With a blonde, who knows?
Oh, the hair, yes. You could be sure about the hair. And thanks, Tony. Louise Lindsay?
That's right.
I'm sorry to be late. I'm Danny Clover.
Sit down, Lieutenant.
Thanks.
What What's so important you've got to meet me in a nightclub at 11 at night?
I understand you're engaged to that fighter, Terry Rogan.
Yeah, I called Terry to tell him he wanted to see me, and he got all upset. That's no good for him the night before he fights. Tells me you think there's something phony about the fight.
I was getting that idea.
And you think maybe I'm responsible, that is?
You've heard of the syndicate.
Syndicate? No, what's that?
You ever hear of a guy called Sherman?
Sherman?
Mm-hmm.
Sherman. Oh, I've heard of a lot of Shermans, but I don't know any. What's his business?
Well, right now I got an idea his business is bothering your boyfriend.
Look, suppose you stop talking in riddles and tell me what this is all about. You know you've got Terry all upset.
Hey, that's a big rock you're wearing on your third finger.
Mr. Clover, let me set you straight. I don't know what you're thinking, but Terry and I are in love. We're engaged to get married, and the day's been set. This diamond's no problem.
Oh, I can see that.
And I don't know anything about any fixed fights. The only thing I have to do with prize fighting is trying to see that Terry gets out of it.
He wins, he gets a crack at the title. Why should you want him to get out of it?
Because I don't want our kids to have a father with a tin ear and a buzzing in his head and a pair of broken hands. He's still young and healthy. Well, he won't stay young, but I want him to stay healthy.
You really like him, don't you?
You're catching on.
I'm beginning to think I had you taped all wrong, Miss Lindsay. But if your boyfriend is mixed up in a fixed fight, you'll help me then, won't you?
I doubt it.
How's that?
That's his business, not mine.
They boiled you about 10 minutes, didn't they, Miss Lindsay?
You think I'm hard-boiled. I'll tell you something about me, Mr. Clover. I was born in the hard coal fields of Pennsylvania near Pittsburgh. My father was killed in a mine disaster down there. That was 19 years ago, and I was only 2. My mother had to bring up me and 3 others all by herself. If I sound hard-boiled, that's why. Now, all I'm interested in is getting married to Terry. We're going to buy a little business.
Oh, yeah? What kind of a business is that?
A dry cleaning business, maybe. Maybe you'll send us your trade.
I'll do that, Miss
Oh,
Lindsay.
there you are. I almost couldn't find out where you two were.
Jack, how are you? You know Mr. Siegel, Miss Lindsay?
We've met.
Hey, sit down, Jack. What are you drinking?
Milk. What'd you do to my boy? You got him all upset.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
He calls me, nothing will do, but I got to come over here and tell you not to bother Lindsay here. Makes me promise him.
Oh, I wouldn't say I was bothering Miss Lindsay. I was just... you want me for something, Tony?
Sorry to bother you, Danny.
Oh, not at all. Excuse me, Miss Lindsay. What is it, Tony?
The man you were asking me about?
Oh, yeah?
He just came in with a party. I told Victor to seat him at this table next to yours. He's the big man coming now.
Right, Tony, thanks. Couldn't be sweeter.
Right this way, please.
Oh, hey, pardon me, you're Mr. Sherman.
That's right.
Well, my name's Clover. I've been hearing a lot about you. You come to town to the fight tomorrow night.
You could get a reputation for being a pretty curious guy.
Oh, no hard feelings. I heard you were in town to see Terry Rogan's fight. I thought maybe you'd like to shake hands with his manager. Here, right here. Jack Siegel. This is Mr. Sherman.
Right.
Yeah, and this
Nice
here
to
is the
meet you.
Rogan's fiancée, Miss Lindsay, Mr. Sherman.
How do you do?
This the man you were asking me about?
That's right.
Mr. Sherman, I understand you've been bothering Terry about something. I won't say crooked because I don't know about that, but just don't get him upset.
You, Siegel, if you're Rogan's manager, why don't you see to it he don't get mixed up with pancakes like this one?
Well, now that you mention it, I think it's a good idea.
Now, let's all keep our temper.
And tell Big Sig to move his load along.
You've got some polite friends, mister.
Ain't it the truth? Please accept my apologies, Mr. Sherman. I'll see you around.
There's always that chance.
Whoever that was, Danny, he got my ulcers going again.
What? I don't know why he should do that to you, Jack. How about it, Miss Lindsay? You want me to give you a lift home?
Yeah, I gotten pretty sick of this drum in the last couple of minutes.
Oh, by the way, you're going to the fight tomorrow, aren't you?
No. I don't like to watch them.
Well, then maybe you and I could listen to it over the radio together. Now, wouldn't that be fun? Good night, Jack. Sergeant.
Yeah?
Put this on the teletype to Washington, will you?
Sure, Danny, right away. Hey,
Yeah?
Bureau of Mines. What's your business with them?
I found a gold mine last night. Go on, will you? Get on it.
I talked to that guy in Hot Springs, Lieutenant.
Yeah? So?
So here's all the dope he had on Sigmund Sherman.
Give. See. Picked up 3 times for vagrancy. Once on the Sullivan Act, once for... it's quite a guy.
It's never an indictment, much less a conviction. Yeah, let's see. Operated racetrack, 1940-42. Slot machine business, 1940-45. Married, Havana, 1948.
Got all you need, Danny?
Yeah. Thanks, Sarge. Just make sure we keep a tail on him until I say different.
Can you make it to the fights tonight with me, Danny?
I'm sorry, baby. I got a date.
A date? Lieutenant, at your age?
At my age? Oh, I say it's business, Sally. No kidding. But you could do me a favor.
Tell me, why should I?
Well, listen, you know these unlawful citizens who take bets on various sporting events?
Yes.
Well, of course, it'd be strictly out of line for me to know any of those characters myself.
Are you kidding?
But I would appreciate it if you could hunt one of them up. Place a sawbuck with them at the prevailing odds.
Okay, a sawbuck goes on Perini.
I like Terry Rogan.
Well, I don't know him personally, Danny, but didn't you hear? This is a sure thing for Perini. It's all over town.
Nevertheless, Sally, do me the favor of placing my sawbuck where it'll do the most good. On Terry Rogan.
Oh, no, please, Danny. The boy goes on in an hour, and he's nervous enough now.
Not as nervous as you'll be later if I don't get to talk to him now. Which is his dressing room? That one over there?
You got a search warrant?
Jokes.
Danny, my insides are all churning around like a tornado, and now
Which
you
is
come
his
along...
dressing room?
Right here.
Thanks, Jack. Look me up after the fight.
Please. No.
Hiya, Terry. Hey, sit down, kid. I got news for you. Would you mind, Jack?
Look, give me a... Oh, why wasn't I an insurance salesman or a bricklayer?
Just a minute. Come in. Oh, it's you.
We had a date, remember? Well, now, don't tell me you haven't got a radio.
I'm just going out, Lieutenant. I'm meeting some friends until after...
Oh, no. You can't do this. You can't stand me up. We made a date, remember?
Yeah, but I...
Oh, no, goodness gracious. Look, it's after 10 already. The fight will have started. There's the radio. Hey, don't tell me you weren't going to listen.
I turned the radio off. I don't like fights. I don't like to listen.
This is going to be a good fight, Miss Lindsay. You may be surprised.
And there's a left to the body from Rogan. And Perini takes another to the head, and another and a hard to the body, like a whirlwind. And now Perini's trying to tie him up across the ring, and Terry Rogan gets in the left hook as they break. This Rogan's really got killer in him tonight. They didn't tell me this was a grudge fight, but there's a right to the head and another. And a left to the midsection of Perini.
What's the matter,
Perini's
Miss Lindsay?
against the ropes, and now he's down. Perini's down. 3, 4, 5.
You surprised, Miss Lindsay?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Terry Rogan wins by a whirlwind knockout in 1:17 of the first round. And what a contender for the welterweight title this boy, Terry Rogan, is. Well, it's all over, and here is Bill.
I don't think you figured it that way, did you, Miss Lindsay?
I'm very glad for Terry and glad it's over so quickly.
You know something? He probably never told you this, but I'm the guy that taught him how to use his right. In more ways than one.
Mr. Clover, I've got to go to meet him. I promised to meet him after the fight.
I know you did, Miss Lindsay. But you see, by now he knows that you're not going to meet him and never really meant to meet him.
What do you mean? You know we're engaged.
Oh, I hand it to you, Miss Lindsay. You're a good performer. The trouble is your imagination is a little too rich for your blood. You got going on that hard luck story about the hard coal mines. But there's no hard coal near Pittsburgh, Miss Lindsay. The hard coal is up around Scranton. And about your old man dying in a mine cave-in. There were no fatalities from mine disasters near Pittsburgh 19 years ago, like you said. Oh, no, I know a lot about you.
Well, I lied about my age.
I figured that possibility, Miss Lindsay. Because you're such a good performer, I wanted to give you all the best of it. Then when Sherman showed up, you remember Sherman, Miss Lindsay? The guy you said you never heard of. Oh, you had to go call him by his nickname, Big Sig. And you never heard me call him that.
You're just bluffing. You've got nothing to go on.
Now, last night, if you'd said that, you couldn't have been smarter. But since then, Miss L, I had a chance to ask some questions around. Old police routine. Well, say, but let's not let all this talk upset our evening. Why, we got a date, remember?
Yeah? A date?
Yeah.
You think we can be nice about this?
Yeah. You and I are going to step out together. We're going to a place that stays open all night. A place on West 47th Street called the 16th Precinct Station House. Big Sig is waiting for you there. And you wouldn't want to keep your husband waiting, would you, Mrs. Sherman?
Well, good work, Danny. You sure you got a case?
Nothing on the kid that'll convict him, but the other two. Yeah, the file we got from Hot Springs ties the two of them up. They were married a year ago in Havana.
Yeah, must have been rough on young Rogan.
No rougher than it was on me. Had to be the one to tell him. First, he was just sitting there, bawling like a baby, you know?
I've seen the girl. I know how he must have felt.
Yeah, but that kid's a fighter. I could tell. The tears still wet on his face. He gets down off at the table, and I look at him. And then I begin to feel sorry for Perini, the boy he's going to fight.
Well, I hope the commission won't have to lift his license. Say, how about the manager, Jack Siegel?
Oh, he's in the clear. Never knew anything about it.
Where are you going, Danny?
I don't know. Out. Walk around somewheres. You know, it's a funny thing.
Yeah? What's that?
She told him after they were married they'd open a dry cleaning business. The only thing she wanted to take to the cleaners was him. It's midnight on my beat now. The street's in full swing. If you want to get to the top quick, Broadway's the place to do it. But there are plenty of guys around. Angle guys. Weisenheimers. Digging holes to help you fall back to the bottom. I can only hope I find them. Those guys figuring angles on the gaudiest, the most violent, the lonesomest mile in the world. Broadway, my beat.
Columbia has just brought you Broadway's My Beat, with Anthony Ross as Detective Danny Clover. Jean Carson was Sally, Julie Stevens was Louise, Bill Quinn was Terry, Gilbert Mack was Terry's manager, and James Goss, Peter Capel, Paul Luther, and Ted Jewett were also members of today's cast. Today's broadcast was written by Peter Lyons and produced and directed by John Dietz. The musical score was composed and conducted by Robert Stringer. This is Bern Bennett speaking.
From the boxing ring, we move to a quiet apartment where a woman claims to have lost her memory, along with a vital clue. Broadway's My Beat continues with the Sergeant Gordon Ellis murder case. But is her amnesia real, or a cover for a much darker secret?
Broadway's My Beat, from Times Square to Columbus Circle, the gaudiest, the most violent, the lonesomest mile in the world. Broadway's My Beat, with Larry Thor as Detective Danny Clover. Through the October evening and hold close the things you want to save for memories. Then Broadway's as innocent and nostalgic as music drifting from a carousel. And you move on. You get hit in the face by a guy fishing for nickels under a grating. Whatever you were pursuing is gone now, lost. And Broadway trails off into the side streets. Walk them like I did. And try to close your eyes against the pattern of scars in the street of the tenements. The kids with the torn deck of cards under the lamppost. The dogs at the trash cans. The wide-eyed girl who lurched against me.
Pardon me.
That's all right.
Pardon me. Pardon me.
That's all right. Is something wrong, miss?
No, it's all right. I'll find it all right.
Find what? Can I help you?
You've seen it? You know where it is?
You're not feeling well, miss. Let me take you home.
Home?
That's right. Where do you live?
I don't know.
Then tell me your name. We'll find out.
I don't know my name. I don't know who I am. I don't know. Tell me who I am.
Now, just take it easy. That's better. And what were you looking for?
Pocketbook. I remember I had it. I think I had it when I was rocking right over there. I fell down.
Let's go see. How long ago did you miss your pocketbook?
A little while, I think. I don't know. An hour? No, there's a few minutes ago. I can't remember when.
Here's where you fell?
Yes. I remember because when it happened, I stretched out my arm so I wouldn't hit the trash can.
Uh-huh. Is this it, miss?
Yes. Yes, that's it. I can remember that.
Let's open it.
Yes.
Here, a wallet. Here's a driver's license made up to Linda Arnold, 1912 West 54th Street. 5'4", blonde hair, green eyes. That fits. And this, in case of accident, notify Helen Carroll. Address the same.
Helen Carroll. Aunt Helen. Yes, that's right. My name's Linda Arnold, and Helen Carroll's my aunt.
Uh-huh. There's something else in this purse, Miss Arnold. Recognize it?
What? Why, that's a letter opener. Aunt Helen. And there's blood on it.
That's right, Miss Arnold. It's sticky with blood. Which is your apartment, Miss Arnold?
That one. The one at the...
Are you all right?
Yes. I'm all right. The one at the end of the hall.
You have your key?
It's in my purse.
Muggavan.
Hi, Danny. You got the call, huh?
What call?
Homicide, Danny. You mean you didn't get it? Then why are you here?
Miss Arnold lives here. She's ill. I phoned her wandering in the streets, so I brought her home.
You said someone was dead. Who is it? Who's dead?
Oh, Muggavan.
Woman named Carol, Mrs. Helen Carroll, in the kitchen.
Take care of her, Muggavan. Make her lie down someplace.
Okay, Danny. Bedroom over there. Here, Miss Arnold. Let me help you. Danny, we've been waiting for you.
Hi.
You got a cigarette, Danny?
Sure, Dr. Siski. Here.
Oh.
How?
Stabbed. In the chest. Over and over. Pierced the lungs, the heart. The murderer made very sure, Danny. Like it was what he'd lived for all his life.
Who called it in, do you know?
Detective Muggavan said some man from a coin box. Wouldn't give his name.
Stabbed. Boys know it what?
No weapons in evidence, Danny. They think it was a knife, a small knife like...
A letter opener, maybe?
The boys mentioned the possibility of a letter opener, yeah.
There's a girl in the bedroom, Doctor. She'll need your help.
You'll take me to her, Danny.
I killed her. I killed her. I made her. She was mean and rotten. She twisted everything and made it dirty and mean. I killed her.
Danny. You too, Muggavan. But gently. You'll be all right, miss. It'll be all right.
What did? Bring Ted to me. Tell him. Tell Ted. Oh. Tell him I killed her. Tell him to come to me.
Dr. Siski.
A moment longer, Danny. In a moment, she'll be asleep. This girl murdered Danny?
She's asleep. You're right, Dr. Siski. It only took a moment. It only took a moment, and sleep touched Linda Arnold, and the face gouged with hysteria smoothed down to a kind of release and innocence. Her lips formed a final word, Ted, once. Then she surrendered to sleep. I left. questions. Questions prefaced with the word Ted. And answers from people who lived in the apartment house. Ted? I guess that's her boyfriend that always comes calling, mister. The good-looking boy in the uniform. Then a woman who opened the door for me before I knocked told me, Ted, you mean Ted Raymond, mister. Linda's boyfriend. Not his uniform, mister. Guess that's because he drives a bus. More questions. And find out Ted Raymond drove a bus for cross-country tours. Go to the depot. Ted was off yesterday, but here's his address. But Ted wasn't home when I got there. Assign a man to call me when Ted got in. The next morning at 10, a phone call. Ted Raymond had been out all night. He just got in. I went there.
You're the police.
That's right. Danny Clover.
Come on in.
Thanks. How'd you know I was...
You were the police? How did I know? One of your boys was outside this house when I came in. He was trying to look like a maple tree, like the one that's outside, real detective-y looking. Fat man with a cigar trying to look like a maple tree. I came home, he went across the street and made a call, then you came. Have a chair.
Thanks. You know why I'm here?
Sure.
That's why you were packing that bag over in the bed.
Maybe I was doing the wrong thing. I don't know the etiquette about getting arrested. Do they furnish prisoners with small and necessary items like razor and toothbrush and combs and brushes, huh? Go ahead. Look, that's what I'm packing. Look and then arrest me.
Arrest you for what?
Come on. I don't get cagey on me. Arrest me for murder. I killed Helen Carroll.
Where were you all last night, Ted?
Killing Helen Carroll and walking the streets atoning to myself for my crime.
How'd you make out?
Fine. She needed to be killed. All her money. Linda never got a cent of it. Kill her Aunt Helen, marry Linda, be rich. Logic. Now I'm caught.
How'd you kill her?
I stabbed her.
With what?
How do I know with what? I picked up something and stabbed her. Let's go, Mr. Clover. Take me down to headquarters, get me a secretary, and I'll dictate my confession.
It could have ended there with the boy's confession and arrest. Could have been easy. Easy to erase the words of a girl, the cries of a girl uttered in anguish and hysteria, and the sickness of the lost. Easy to put out of mind the blood on a letter opener found in her purse, found behind a trash can. A girl wandering aimlessly in the twilight. That never happened. But you know it did, all of it. So you make a call to Dr. Sinsky, and he tells you the girl is in the police hospital. Yes, she can talk to you. She's been asking for you. And the girl sitting upright in the bed is a girl who was never lost, who never cried, except alone.
I've waited for you to come back, Mr. Clover.
You're better now. Feel all right?
Look at me. What do you think?
You look fine.
I tried. I made them bring me lipstick and powder. And this negligee. It's one I've been saving. You like it?
You consider this an occasion, Miss Arnold?
Isn't it?
Can you remember what you told me when I brought you home the other night, when we found your aunt?
I remember it exactly, word for word. I said it killed her because I hated her. My aunt was mean, Mr. Clover, and rotten. That's why I killed her. This makes it an occasion, doesn't it?
You lived with your aunt?
Ever since I was in pigtails. Ever since I was 12. I think it began the first night I stayed in her house. Yeah. That's right. That's when it began.
What began?
The hate. The loathing.
Why?
Because she made me cry. Because she put me in a dark room and let me cry all night.
You'd done something wrong?
Mm-hmm. I did wrong. My mother and father were dead. That's what I did wrong. There was no one to take me except a school friend of my mother's. I call her Aunt Helen. That's what I did wrong.
And after that?
Have you ever had to live on the charity of a bitter old woman, Mr. Clover? It could have been so nice. She was that rich, $100,000, Alfred said. $100,000, and we ate out of paper bags we dressed in.
Alfred? Who's he?
Alfred Carroll, my uncle. My aunt's husband. Poor thing.
We didn't even know about him. Where is he?
I don't know. But find him, Mr. Clover. He'll be so relieved that I've killed her, so happy. I'd like to see his face. Find him for me, please.
We will. We'll put out an all-points bulletin.
Thank you. Now you'll put me in a cell, I suppose. I'm well enough for you to do that.
Ted Raymond says he killed your aunt.
You're not fooled, are you? He said that because he loves me. Turn your back, Mr. Clover. I'll get dressed so you can put me away.
Danny? Hi-yo, Danny.
Oh, come on in, Tartaglia. What's on your mind?
Well, things, Danny. Especially to extend to you formally the warm hand of welcome back from your vacation west of the Great Divide.
Thanks, Gino.
And to remark that the western winds have indeed done wonders to your features. The sunburned brow, the hearty handshake, and that Don Juan shirt. You look like a veritable Don Juan.
Thanks, Gino.
And to tell you that I have prepared myself during your vacation for whatever problems perplex your brain.
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, I have been studying the exploits of Mike Schreck, the bald-headed miracle detective from Philadelphia. Detective Schreck is a man who has coined two interesting theories.
Gino.
First theory, find a woman. Second theory, the criminal always returns to the scene of his crime. Put them together.
In other words, when a man walks past the scene of the crime with a girl,
he's the killer. Hey, how did you know? Lieutenant Clover?
That's right. Come in.
Thank you. I understand you're looking for me.
I am?
My name is Alfred Carroll.
Yes. Yes, we were looking for you, Mr. Carroll. Do you know why we want you?
Yes. Yes, of course I do. It's about my wife's murder.
It's this way. Two people have confessed to your wife's murder.
What?
That's right. Linda Arnold and Ted Raymond.
I'm not a young man anymore, Lieutenant. Would you mind if I sat down?
Please do.
That's strange. Why should two people confess to my wife's murder?
What?
Why should they do that? I killed my wife. I killed Helen.
In the late October afternoon, Broadway stands on a corner, sips his coffee, snaps at a coney, and sums up the day. Some days are better than others. You know because the Translux says it was. Our men in Korea are doing fine, it says. A horse out in far Hollywood paid 90 for two, it says. But you went on it, were you, kid? For the rich, they run, huh, kid? And get this item. Look what it says. 3 people confessed to murder of Helen Carroll. A field day for the police, huh, kid? 3 tries, 3 scores. Coming up in the world, the police. And at headquarters, the husband sits quietly waiting for the police stenographer to catch up with him because his confession spills out of him like laughter, like it has to be shared with the world.
Have you got that now, young man? All of it? Every word?
He's got it, Mr. Carroll. Go on.
Well, there's not much more. I wish there were. There are so many things.
Where did you go after you killed your wife, Mr. Carroll?
I went to do things she'd never let me do.
Like what?
Enjoyable things. Pleasurable things.
Like what?
I went to a bar and had a drink. A lot of drinks. With her money. With Helen's money.
What else?
There was a girl there sitting all alone. She came up to me and asked me if I was having a good time. I said, indeed I was. Then I asked her if I could buy her a drink. And she smiled. What have you done with Linda? Where's Linda?
How much money did your wife have?
$100,000. Imagine. $100,000, and she made us live like pigs, like beggars. She wouldn't even let me get a job so I could have money for myself.
Where does she keep her money?
It's all in the bank, in her name. It's all coming to me now. You know what I'm going to do with it after I die, after you...
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to leave it all to Linda, to my child. I think of her as my child, but she isn't, you know. It's like a blessing to have Linda in our house. I want her to have all that money.
Well, let me look at the transcript, Florio. Thanks.
You'll see to it that Linda gets that money, won't you?
You said here you stabbed your wife with a letter opener, Mr. Carroll. What did you do with it?
Didn't I tell you that? I must have forgotten. In the excitement, I walked around, and all of a sudden I was on the dock. A garbage scow floated right past, so I threw the weapon onto the garbage. I thought that was right for Helen.
Is this the ladder opener?
Let me see. Yes, that's it. It belonged to Helen. That's what I killed her with.
I found it in Linda's purse with blood on it.
Oh, you lie. You're lying. I threw it away. I threw it on that barge. You're lying.
Tartaglia, see that Mr. Carroll gets home.
I killed her. I killed
Take
her.
her home, Tartaglia. There it was. 3 people confessed to a single murder. An elderly man, Alfred Carroll, said he killed his wife, but the details of the killing were too cloudy. A young woman, Linda Arnold, said she did it, killing done in a mental blackout. A young man, Ted Raymond, swore he was the killer. Take a premise, consider it, make up your mind that one of the suspects was the murderer. But who? All had motive. As far as I could gather, all had opportunity. That was the joker. Routine again, and questions again. The knocking on doors and tipping the hat and flashing the badge and intrude into lives of people who thought the word murder was reserved for headlines only. A person like Mrs. Westfall, for instance, landlady and purveyor of towels and clean sheets for Ted Raymond.
You're talking about Ted Raymond, ain't you?
That's right.
Yeah, Ted drives the bus.
What are you looking at, Mrs. Westfall?
Little settle bird. Look at her walking down the street. Giggle in her uppity way. Just October and she's got out the raccoon coat already. Look at her.
Ted Raymond.
He drives a bus driver. Jockey for a bus.
Do you know whether he made any phone calls?
On my phone, where always makes them. Broke a date with his girl. Maybe went to work where he works at the bus depot. I'll bet it's not even real raccoon.
Bus leaving.
Are you Mr. McLean?
Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington.
I'm from the
Leaving
police.
in 5 minutes.
Oh, fine. I drive that bus for cross-country tours. I'm supposed to take it out to Washington in 5 minutes. Think I'll make it?
Sure. This will only take a minute. The man at the ticket window said you were a friend of Ted Raymond.
Ted in trouble? Oh, I'm just supposed to answer the question.
So you'll make the bus.
I know Ted.
You see him last night?
All night. Sat up at Pinochle all night from 5 p.m. to 4 a.m. It's funny, you know.
What's funny?
He called me very early this morning. Told me if anyone asked to say I never saw him at all last night.
Bus leaving
You're a
for
policeman.
Trenton,
Better catch your bus,
Philadelphia,
Mr. McLean.
Baltimore and Washington. Leaving in 4.
Your name, Clover?
That's right. Who are you?
My name is Jones, and I've been looking for you.
Why have you been doing that?
Because I read in the paper you were assigned to the murder of Mrs. Carroll. Therefore this.
Therefore what?
Here. $100 bill. Take it. As you see, I didn't spend a cent of it.
Look, Mr. Jones, what's this all about?
About that boy, Ted Raymond. He gave me the $100, and I'm giving it to you.
Why are you doing that?
Because I'm the superintendent of the apartment house in which Mrs. Carroll was slain. Ted Raymond gave me the $100 early this morning. He said to tell anyone that asked that he was lurking around the apartment house at the time of the murder.
I see. What took you all this time to come to the police?
Yes.
What?
Yes, it did take me a long time. What happens to the $100 bill now, Mr. Clover?
Oh, Ted.
Your marbles must have come loose, Mr. Clover. You leave that door open, I make a dash for it, escape, become a fugitive from justice, make a name for myself in the paper.
But you won't do that, will you, Ted?
A dreamer.
You won't do it because you like it here.
Yeah, that's right. I like it here. The walls are worn thin where guys have cried on them, where guys have beaten their heads against them. Oh, yeah, I like it here, Mr. Clover. Sure, be careful, huh? Careful I don't hurt you when I try.
It's open, Ted. All you have to do is walk out.
And what is this? This I never even read about.
You told me you killed Helen Carroll.
Yeah. Who else should I tell? Bring them to me. I'll whisper it in their ears.
She was killed in the evening at 7 o'clock The medical examiner says so.
Bless him. I killed her in the evening at 7 o'clock.
You're lying, Ted. We knew everything you did from 5 until 4 in the morning. You weren't even near Helen Carroll. How much did you lose at Pinochle, Ted?
You're crazy.
The man you played cards with, McLean, is he crazy too, Ted? All of us and Jones? The man you paid $100 to establish at the scene of the crime? At the current price for a confession of murder? Answer me, Ted.
So I didn't kill anybody. So you don't have to put your hands on me.
Who did you do it for?
It's this way, Mr. Clover. Somebody gets killed, I feel guilty. So I confess and I don't feel guilty anymore.
It was for Linda, wasn't it?
I do it for her, too.
For Linda, huh, Ted?
Leave her out of this. I want you to leave her out. Look, Mr. Clover, you're wrong. Linda couldn't kill. She's a sick... But she wouldn't kill. Not Linda. She's just sick, that's all. All she needs is...
How sick?
Ask her doctor, he'll tell you. Dr. Malcolm.
Dr. Malcolm?
Yes, Dr. Robert Malcolm in the Equitable Building. Go ask him how sick a girl like Linda can be.
We won't need you anymore, Ted. The guard at the end of the tier will show you where to go. Goodbye, Ted.
The case of Linda Arnold is not a very exciting one, Mr. Clover.
I want to write a magazine article, Dr. Malcolm. I'm just trying to clear up a murder.
I'll wait till the material you please come in contact.
Look, Doctor.
Of course, Linda Arnold. She came to me some years ago.
How many years ago?
Oh, about 10, I'd say. Charity patient. Later I found out her aunt was quite wealthy, so I had it done for my fee.
Her aunt was the one who was murdered.
Really? Well, that's interesting.
Oh? Why?
Oh, let me ask you a question, Mr. Clover. Did Linda kill her aunt?
We're not sure. Maybe she did. Why do you ask?
Well, there might be a pattern for murder there. Linda was an emotional girl, and when an emotional crisis presented itself, she would, black out.
In other words, at times, rather than face reality, Linda would...
I said it. Black out.
Would you say you cured her, Doctor?
I can only say she hasn't had need to see me for the last 3 years. Yes, I'd say she was a perfectly healthy, normal girl. Anything else? Well, good day, Mr. Clover.
It was 5 p.m. when I walked out of Dr. Malcolm's office. It was 10 minutes after 5 when I called the police headquarters and had them release Linda Arnold. Then back on Broadway for a hot pastrami sandwich. I almost had some cream soda, too, but Morris, the waiter, said, Danny, you look dyspeptic. I prescribed celery tonic. Then the theater crowds began to gather and Broadway became crowded, so I left it. Linda Arnold should be home by now. I went there to her apartment. But it wasn't Linda Arnold who opened the door for me.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Clover. Please come in.
Thanks, I will. Where's Linda?
She was just admiring the clothes I bought for her. I opened a charge account for her because I'm going to get all that money, and I bought all those beautiful clothes for her. Silks. Linda looks so wonderful in silks. See? These. And these. And these.
Where's Linda, Mr. Carroll?
And this. You should have seen Linda in this. We played that record you're listening to so Linda could walk around to it.
Let's get rid of it, huh? Where's Linda, Mr. Carroll?
Oh, she's in her room changing into something else.
Call her.
Because you want to take her back for murder, it won't work, you know. Linda has no mental responsibility for what she did. And besides that, if she were brought to trial, I'd say I did it. Linda, doesn't she look beautiful, Mr. Clover?
How do you feel, Linda?
I'm happy. What happened to the music?
I turned it off.
But I'm happy. I need music to go with it. Look at these things. Look at them. Uncle Alfred bought them for me.
Yes, I did. Didn't I, Linda?
Dad signed his confession, Linda.
What?
Yes, the district attorney's going to arraign him tomorrow morning.
That's wonderful.
Ted did that?
Isn't that wonderful, Linda? I asked you, isn't that wonderful?
Ted's in jail?
Now we have nothing to worry about, don't you see, Linda?
Yes. Yes, Uncle Alfred.
Linda, don't call me Uncle. I'm not your uncle, Linda. Linda, you're so lovely, lovely. Linda.
Take your hands off me. You old man. Take your hands off me.
How dare you talk to me like that?
Get out of here. Get out of my sight.
How dare you? I killed for you. Planned this whole thing for you. The years I waited for you. You.
Old man. Old man.
Leave her alone. I'll show you. Take her, Mr. Clover. Take her. Me too.
Alfred, you're crazy.
Listen to me, Mr. Clover. I planned it all. It was I who told her to walk around, to be found in a daze with a knife in her purse. No jury would convict her. I killed my wife, and Linda helped me to do it. Linda.
All those beautiful things. We'll take them all away. All these things. All these beautiful things.
In the time of autumn, twilight sighs down on Broadway. You walk toward it. Someone smiles and takes your hand, whispers to close your eyes, then bangs your head against a wall. Your scream mixes well with the shriek of the night. It's Broadway, the gaudiest, the most violent, the lonesomest mile in the world. Broadway, my beat.
Next, get ready for a case with more twists than a Broadway back alley. Broadway's My Beat presents the Dr. Robert Stafford murder case, a murdered doctor, a crashed elevator, and 3 people who confess. But in this tangled web, who is actually pulling the strings?
Broadway's My Beat. From Times Square to Columbus Circle, the gaudiest, the most violent, the lonesomest mile in the world.
Broadway's My Beat, with Larry Thor as Detective Danny Clover.
It's an enchanted island or a prison cut off from the rest of the world. It all depends upon the mood you're in. The sudden sounds that dart from doorways, call them fury, or make yourself believe they're promises dimly heard. Or con yourself that the stare that just trailed by you had nothing to do with hunger. You can kid yourself on Broadway because that's what it's here for. It's Broadway, My Beat. To a policeman, a telephone is an instrument of mayhem. It carries the after images of violent death with the speed of sound. The telephone told me there'd been a murder. It told me just now. It told me where. It told me to climb 6 flights of steps at the Ramsey Apartments, and I'd find death waiting for me in an elevator near the head of the stairs.
Right over here, Danny.
Hi, Muggavan.
In here, in the elevator. There he is, Danny, on the floor.
Who is he?
No identification. Person unknown, shot to death by person unknown. Whereabouts of the shooting is a moot point.
This man's too well dressed to go around without a wallet or some kind of identification.
Maybe he was heisted.
Who are you?
Elevator man.
Yeah, Danny, he runs the elevator. He called in the precinct. I got the call.
Maybe the guy's wallet was heisted. Robbery, huh? With a deadly weapon.
You?
Funny man.
What's your name, elevator man?
Eddie Amboy, 1212 East 54. You walk up 2, turn right, turn left, then walk up a half till there's nothing but a door. Eddie Amboy, my place.
Okay, Eddie. Tell me about it.
About what?
Book him, Muggavan. I'm tired.
Oh, about the guy here? I already did that. Ask this Muggavan here. I did the story to him.
Mr. Clover's tired. Do the story again.
Yeah, I am. The guy pushes a buzz on the first floor.
Where were you?
In the sub-basement. Little thing's wrong with this elevator. I was fixing it. I'm conscientious.
Go ahead.
The guy buzzes. I bring the car up. I open the door. This guy gets in. He's holding his tummy like it aches him. He says, 6th floor, please. I close the door. I turn the handle. We ride. Now comes the 6th floor. We stop. I open the door. I look around. The guy's on the floor, dead. Tummy ache turns out to be caused by bullet.
The story he told you, Muggerman? The same.
If it gets too complicated, I'll be glad to do it again. Start all over in the sub-basement.
You did good.
Thanks. Can I have my elevator back now?
It's not yours anymore, kid. When a man gets murdered on an elevator, the elevator suddenly belongs to the world. A man's dying takes many shapes, occurs in many places. It's rare that he has a choice. But the unknown, unnamed man whose face was now gaunt against the pressure of his cheekbones, whose eyes held no reflection of the light shining into them, seemed to have made one. He chose not to die in the street, but to crawl within the metal walls of an elevator, and the plain, the prosaic words, the dying words on his lips, he must have chosen too. Because for him they had meaning. It was my job to find out their meaning. At headquarters, we put tracers out on the murdered man. Who was he? If we knew that, maybe we'd know why he had to die. And in the morning, I went back to the 6th floor he'd wanted. I had Muggerman's list of the tenants in the 3 apartments on that floor. I rang the first bell on the list.
What do you want?
You're Miss Conrad?
What do you want?
I'm from the police.
Who is it, Martha? Who is it?
Don't you think you'd better tell her?
Martha, how dare you not answer me? Who is it? And don't tell me it's no one because I heard you whispering. Who is it, Martha? It's the police. Oh, how wonderful, the police. But isn't that the end? Show them in, Martha. No, wait, darling. First I want to paint my face. Come in.
But
It's all right. She's already done her face. Come in. Down this hole, please. No, don't come any closer. I want you both to stand right where you are. Especially you, policeman.
You're Miss Conrad?
Mary Conrad. You may call me Mary, because Mary's a grand old name. Martha. Yes? Martha, get the policeman and me something. A libation, a morning martini, anything the policeman wants.
Don't go away, Martha.
You afraid to be left alone with me, policeman?
Miss Conrad, a man was murdered in this building last night.
Murdered? In this building? That's the end. Martha, did you hear what the beautiful man said?
He got in the elevator and asked for the 6th floor. Was it you he wanted to see, Miss Conrad?
The policeman must want a drink. No, Mary, he wants to... Do as I say, Martha. Don't be angry with me, darling. Just always do as I say. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the murdered man. Who was he?
We don't know, but I have a picture.
A picture? How wonderful. Gimme.
Here.
Very distinguished. But so dead. So horribly dead.
Do you know him?
Would it make it easier for you if I did, policeman?
Do you know him, Miss Conrad?
I'm sorry, dreadfully sorry. We don't know this man, do we, Martha? Do we? No, we don't know him.
Where were you last night, Miss Conrad?
I was here all day, all evening, all night. I didn't go out once. Did I, Martha? No.
The commotion in the hall when the man was found, it didn't wake you?
Did it wake me, Martha? No, you slept very soundly.
You sleep in the same room with Miss Conrad, Martha?
Well, Policeman, you talk to Martha as if she were a servant.
But I thought...
That's dreadful. Of course Martha's not a servant. She's my sister. Isn't she the end?
Maybe I said something after that. I don't remember. What I do remember is waving my jaw a few times and trying to smile and give the impression of course she's your sister. What else? Then I left. The apartment door across the hall had a nameplate that said Jonathan Quill and was equipped with a door knocker, a brass dragon sticking his tongue out at me. I lifted him up and pushed his face against the door. And then it happened. The door swung open. I stepped inside. How was I to know I was standing in the middle of a train crossing?
Jump over it, boy. Jump over it. You want to get hit by a train? Oh, yeah. You sure had a narrow squeeze now, didn't you? Could have taken off a toe.
Yeah. Hey, what goes on?
Look at her go. Oh, the exact replica of the Super Chief. And almost as fast. Oh, always wanted to be a brakeman, boy. Became a millionaire instead. What did you want to become?
A millionaire. I got to be a policeman instead.
Glad you came. Never had a policeman watch my trains. Never thought about asking one.
Well, now that you're delighted, Mr. Quill, I hope I won't do anything to break up your fun. I'm a policeman come to see about a murder.
Yeah, murder? Wait till I throw the switch, boy. Wait till I throw the switch here. Just wait till I throw it. What's the murder? You mean the one down the hall? The elevator murder? I didn't do it, and I'll prove it to you.
Mr. Quill.
You bet I'll prove it to you. You want an alibi, don't you? That's why you came here. I know all about policemen. You want alibis. Harold! Harold!
Yeah?
Come in here. Harold, that's a policeman. You know what to do, Harold. Right over there. That's a policeman right there.
Hello. My name's Harold Blake, Jonathan's partner.
Danny Clover.
You seem to have gotten Jonathan excited. Jonathan gets excited.
Tell him, Harold. Tell him. You know what to do now. Tell him.
Well, ever since the elevator boy was in here last night...
Eddie Amboy? He didn't say anything about that. I didn't know he came in the apartment.
Well, he reported the murder from here.
You mean he used your phone to call the police?
Yes, that's right, to call the police. I was here visiting with Jonathan. I live in the next apartment, you see.
I see. Pretty late for visiting, wasn't it?
By some standards.
Some standards?
Frankly, Mr. Clover, and you've probably never gotten an alibi like this in your life. We wanted to watch the trains on what we call the milk run. That's our alibi.
Tell him what else, Harold. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't think that's necessary.
Go ahead. Tell me what else.
Well, it's about the elevator operator, about Eddie. Jonathan thinks Eddie is the murderer.
That's what I think.
Oh? Why?
Because Eddie is mean and spiteful and tried every which way to make an honest dollar. He's the type that murders other types.
What else?
Need there be anything else? Eddie is the killer. It's a hunch I have. I have made $1 million with my hunches.
You see how it is, Mr. Clover?
No, I don't see. But I'm going to try. Where there's peace, gentlemen, and quiet. Away from trains, gentlemen.
Hey, Danny, you in the mood for heap big powwow?
Huh? Say that again, Tartaglia.
Powwow, that's Indian talk, a throwback.
Try me once more, Tartaglia.
Well, a throwback to last night. Every night I play Cowboys and Indians with Mrs. Tartaglia and my 6 boys. Yeah, and I am always an Indian. Hey, you should see my teepee, Danny. Surplus army blanket.
There must be a string of beads around here somewhere, Tartaglia. Go play someplace else.
Danny, please, be serious. We got work to do.
Oh. Well, who makes medicine first, you or me?
Huh? Oh, me, Danny, me. Now, this is a very grave matter. The technical boys say the signal system on the elevator where deceased unknown was found murdered. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
They say said signal system was disconnected when they went over it.
So?
So, what makes the mystery into a big pile is that somewhere there is a discrepancy.
Like what?
Like a discrepancy in time. Detective Mugovan received the murder call at his precinct at 2:55 in the a.m. He noted it down. So, Dr. Sinsky says, after examination of said unknown deceased, that said unknown deceased was deceased for at least 2 hours when found, which would place the time of his murder, considering the here and there of police routine, at about 1 in the morning, not at 2:55 as was called in by the elevator operator. Now, this means the boy cut off the signal system. He should not be disturbed. Danny, I ain't finished. I can never get a word out edgewise. Danny!
The doorman told me I'd find you here, Eddie.
Oh, it's the hard detective, huh? Where else would you find this elevator boy, Bloodhound? I'll answer that. In the sub-basement, fixing this stinking elevator.
Last night, Eddie. Did you have to fix the elevator before you called the police?
That's a very interesting question, because I can't figure out what it means. Very mystical.
I'll explain it to you, elevator boy.
Now, go back, Bloodhound. You come under here with me, you might get your throat caught in a steel cable or something. Under here is for exports.
From here, then. The call you made to the police, Eddie. How come it was almost an hour late? That's a long time, an hour.
Hey, you're good. You boys are real good to find out a thing like that.
We got experts, too, Eddie. So maybe you better put your elevator away someplace and come out here and talk to me. Expert to expert.
Yeah, I'll do that. One more tap and it's tummy. Hey, what was that? Eddie, get out! Get out! I can't! My foot is caught! Help! Oh!
No. Broadway is a place that mourns the dead only in passing. The cold whisper of death winds its way through the neon chasm, and Broadway notes it, shudders, and huddles in on itself. To the murder of an anonymous man in an elevator, to the crushing out of another man's life by that same elevator, Broadway reacted true to form. It read the headlines, shrugged, and flipped them neatly into the nearest trash can. But at headquarters, it isn't that easy. Even Sergeant Tartaglia didn't think so.
It ain't easy, Danny. 20 years into business, and, well, it still ain't easy.
What isn't, Tartaglia?
To be in a business where the product is dead bodies, where the clients are murderers. I've often commented thusly to Mrs. Tartaglia.
Does she comfort you then, Tartaglia?
Like an angel. She goes to the mixmaster, beats up a recipe, and presents me with a confection. I happen to have one here now, Danny. Homemade halva. Here, have a piece. Go on.
Thanks. Good. Okay, Tartaglia, brief me.
This halva. It's like chewing on a dream, huh, Danny?
My compliments to the missus. Brief me, Tartaglia.
Yeah. Well, item. The unknown man found dead in the elevator of the first part is still, to all intents and purposes, unknown.
Yeah, but you'll keep after it, huh, Tartaglia?
Oh, like an old hound dog. Item, the death of the elevator operator, Eddie Amboy. The boys in technical concur with your opinion that he was indubitably murdered.
Well, it's generous of them.
Yeah, they thought so. They said the hacksaw you found on the roof of the apartment building, plus the evidence that the elevator cable had been sawed through, this made it murder.
What else, Tartaglia?
Well, we have checked on the background of Eddie Amboy. Found he ran an elevator, and in his room had a wife, Mrs. Eddie Amboy.
She there now?
Oh, yeah, Danny, yeah. The boys are even now, keeping tabs on her.
Tartaglia, give me the rest of that halva. I may need it for comfort.
Yeah?
Mrs. Amboy?
Who are you?
I'm from the police, Danny Clover.
Well?
May I come in?
You're from the police. You want to see me about what?
About Eddie, about your husband.
He's dead. You're late. You should have come months ago. Eddie's dead. Last night he got married to an elevator.
Eddie was murdered, Mrs. Amboy.
Who'd want to take the trouble? Oh, come on in. Sit over there if you want to.
Thanks. You said I should have come months ago. Why?
Could have arrested him. Could have had him sentenced for every little petty crime he committed. I added it up one night. Come to 157 years.
That way, huh?
This way, Mr. Clover. I could have visited him in jail, brought him pineapple upside-down cake. He liked pineapple upside-down cake. It's a dream I had. To watch him eating pineapple upside-down cake behind bars.
You sound bitter enough to want to kill him.
And wreck that dream I told you about? Myself? That was Eddie's department.
You were around when Eddie was killed?
Still doubt me, Mr. Clover. Don't doubt me. I've been on vacation, mister. To Washington, the District of Columbia, to our nation's capital. 2-day all-expense tour by bus to gawk at the White House, Lincoln's Memorial.
Miss Amboy.
Eddie sent me away. He had a girl.
When did you get back, Mrs. Amboy?
This morning. Time to read the papers. And time to know that Eddie was dead. Time to come back here and sniff perfume I never had. Another woman.
We'll check then. About the trip to Washington, I mean.
Yes, sure. You know what I was just thinking, Mr. Clover?
What?
6 years. I get my first 2-day vacation in 6 years and it becomes a matter for the police. How long will it be before Eddie leaves me alone? You've seen women like me before, mister. Help me out. How long will it be?
We'll just check about on the bus trip. No longer than that.
Wait a minute. Don't go yet, Mr. Clover. I got it right here. Here. Take this wallet.
What about it?
Before I burned Eddie's clothes this morning, I went through them. Maybe he'd left me $5 insurance money. I found this wallet. Eddie never had no wallet like this. Anyhow, it's empty.
Not quite empty. A picture of a man. An identification card.
You know him?
Not really, Mrs. Amboy, but I know about him. He's a man who didn't get off an elevator. He tried, but he didn't make it. Mrs. Amboy's eyes glittered through the shadows of the room filled with shadows. And all that was in them was the hard crust of a hatred finally resolved. It was not only Eddie's clothes she had burned, but his touch, his gaze on her, the whispered night words. There was nothing more I could ask her about Eddie that she would answer. So I got out. The picture, the identification card, and the wallet she gave me belonged to the man who had been murdered and found in the elevator. Now I knew who he was, but I needed more than that. There was an address on the card. I went to it.
Oh, well, I'm afraid you'll have to come back some other time, sir. Dr. Stafford is not in.
I know that. I'm from the police. Danny Clover. And you?
The attendant. I helped Dr. Stafford. We have a small hospital here. Only Dr. Stafford and myself. Police?
Yes. I want to...
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to take up whatever it is you want with Dr. Stafford. I'm not in a position... What is it you want, Mr. Clover?
Something like this. How is it you don't seem to know that Dr. Robert Stafford is dead?
Well, he often takes trips away from here for 2 or 3 days at a time. I never could... Dead?
Murdered.
That's impossible. Well, he was so hale and hearty when he left here. He was so...
Murdered.
I knew it would happen someday. I knew it, and I told him so many times.
Why? Why did you tell him that?
Because of the nature of his profession. Dr. Stafford was a psychiatrist, a very competent one. Some of the people he treated were mad. Murderous and mad. You've only to read their records. Appalling.
Where are they?
What?
The records. Where are they?
Oh, in his office in there. But you've no right. You've no right. Those are Dr. Stafford's. Please, Mr. Clover.
These papers here on the desk? Are these records?
Yes, Dr. Stafford was studying those the night he went away. I haven't touched them. Dr. Stafford didn't like them.
Case history, Conrad. Doesn't make sense. I can't understand what's written here.
Psychiatrist records are like that, Mr. Clover. Mr. Clover, you can't take those, will you? They belong to Dr. Stafford.
Welcome, Danny. Welcome to the office that Freud built with the taxpayers' money, Danny.
Dr. French, how are you?
All right, Danny, all right. Well, what brings you to the city psychiatrist? Problem?
Oh, a problem.
Off the record?
On it, Doctor. I've got a file here. It's filled with words and parts of words that I don't understand. A file about a sick woman.
Illness requires a special language, Danny. Here, let me take a look.
Here. Anything, Doctor?
Gently, Danny, gently. This is quite a history.
Sum it up for me, Doctor. Tell me so I can understand.
Can the lay mind understand insanity? For the woman named Conrad, it says here that she's insane.
How insane?
The insanity of the headlines, Danny. The sensational insanity. The woman named Conrad is a homicidal maniac.
Yeah.
This woman needs attention. According to these notes, she was going to be committed.
I know, but which one?
I don't understand.
Which one, Doctor? Which Conrad? Martha or Mary? Which is a homicidal maniac? Which? Tartaglia, get in here.
Yeah, Danny, yeah. I was just in the... Hey, what are you doing with your gun, Danny? The old ammunition don't please you?
Something like that. Tartaglia, I've got a thing for you to do.
Always a pleasure, Danny.
Tell the boys in the press room we've captured a homicidal maniac.
Oh, that's nice. Huh? Hey, where, Danny? Where is he?
A woman, Tartaglia. A mad woman named Conrad. Tell the reporters we're holding her for the murders of Dr. Robert Stafford and Eddie Amboy.
Well, you have spoken, Danny. But
what, Tedaglia?
well, me, a policeman, it makes me ashamed to confess it, but I don't know what's going on in the police department.
Oh, I'll whisper it in your ear, then you'll know. Eddie Amboy, he was the key, Tedaglia.
The key to what, Danny?
To the murder of Dr. Robert Stafford, to his own. Because he saw the Conrad woman kill Stafford, then blackmailed her in his own special way. Eddie had special ways.
Well, if I could only understand it, it would explain something.
Well, it explains Eddie's delay in calling the police. He had to fix it up with a murder at Tedaglia. It took him an hour. When he finally convinced her, he called us. He didn't know he was playing games with a madwoman.
Oh, and this Conrad was the woman who sawed through the cable and thereby dropped an elevator on him?
Yeah.
Hey, but wait a minute, Danny. There are two Conrads, Mary and Martha. Now, don't play hard with my emotions, Danny. Which one was it, Mary or Martha?
How would I know? Another thing, Tedaglia. One of the Conrad sisters is in her apartment now. I checked. Tell Muggavan not to let the other sister get to her. Under no circumstances is one sister to contact the other. You got that?
Got it, Danny.
Yeah, one more thing. If anyone wants me, anyone, they can reach me at home. Is it all clear now, Tedaglia? So I went home. I tapped on the landlady's door, told her I was expecting visitors, told her to send them up. In my apartment, I hung my shoulder holster with a gun across a chair, then sat facing the window, trying to hold on to at least one of the answers that kept nudging themselves through my mind. But they were fleeting and of no consequence. A murderer might come calling tonight. This was the thought that crowded out the rest of the thoughts. And then, below me, captured in the pool of light spread by the street lamp, a silhouette, a woman. A woman who looked for a house number, found it, walked to the door beneath me. Found me. Good evening, Miss Conrad.
May I come in?
I want you to. Over there, Miss Conrad. Sit down.
No. No. I'd rather stand.
All right. Why did you come here?
What have you done with her, Mr. Clover? What have you done with my sister Martha?
You've seen the newspapers. The police have her. She'll see the psychiatrist in the morning. You know that, Miss Conrad. You know she needs medical attention.
I know. I know that. But you'll put her away. You'll put her away like an animal. She'll die in a cage. My sister.
Your sister murdered two men.
Yes. Yes.
Why didn't you come to the police? You knew she murdered Dr. Stafford, knew about Eddie Amboy.
She'll die in a cage. Crawling in a cage.
Come in.
Martha. Martha, what are you doing here? I don't understand. That policeman, he said... The papers said...
They were holding you, Mary. I thought they'd finally caught you. Finally. Oh, Mary. Mary.
It's a trick. It's a trick. Let's run. Let's get out of here.
No more running.
Come on.
No more. You're sick.
Let's go.
You're sick, Mary. Huh? Don't you know that? Huh? I tried to help, but these men, this killing. Oh, Mary.
Don't touch me. You've turned on me. Now he knows. Now he knows, and you... I'll kill you both.
Mary, put down that gun.
I'll kill you. Kill you.
The smoke from the gun curled up and mixed with her hair. And behind the smoke, her face, fury disintegrating, dissolving into disbelief. She stood there, her body taut, her mind clutching for one fleeting instant of sanity that it was through, over, done with. The simple recognition that the gun had been harmlessly loaded. Then she rejected everything. A little while later, some men came. Men who knew about these things. They picked her up and carried her away. Broadway's deserted now, except for those who never quit. Those who wear peepholes for eyes, the dream walkers, the people who want to laugh. They search behind doorways, in alleys, through shuttered windows. And they never go home, because they can't. It's Broadway, the gaudiest, the most violent, the lonesomest mile in the world. Broadway, my beat.
Broadway's My Beat stars Larry Thor as Detective Danny Clover with Charles Calvert as Tartaglia. The program was produced and directed by Elliott Lewis. The musical score was composed and conducted by Alexander Courage.
Our final story takes us to the grim world of police headquarters in William Spencer Killed. A gambler's life ends violently in a vacant lot. Was it suicide or something far more sinister?
Police headquarters calling detectives car 46, car 46. Captain Frazier, call your station. That's all.
Pull in at the box here, Andy.
Right, Captain. Wonder what they want.
Don't know, but we'll find out. This is Captain Frazier. All right, we're at 6th and Slauson now. We'll run right over. Call for Doc Brady and an ambulance.
What's up, Captain?
Don't know yet. They just discovered a body in a vacant lot over near the river on 16th Street. Step on it.
Okay.
Oh, hello, Captain. Hello, Evans. I see you boys are keeping yourselves busy.
Yeah, we found a case for you. Thought you'd better not move anything until we got here.
Who is it?
Don't know.
Well, throw your light on him, Andy.
Right.
I know this guy. When we were kids, we used to live next door to each other. I busted his nose once for cheating at marbles, but he was a nice kid. Named Spencer, Ace Spencer.
Gambler, huh?
Yeah, he'd bet on anything. I used to tell him, Ace, we're going to pick you up dead sometime. It'll either be by your own hand because you're broke or because you cut corners on some guy. And, well, who found him?
I did. I was walking along the river road about 4 blocks from here when I heard a shot. I figured it was up this way. I guess it was about 10 minutes before I found him. I saw he was shot in the chest, so I beat it to an all-night restaurant on the corner and called for you.
I'm glad you did. Of course, the world won't miss Ace Spencer much, but he was a swell guy.
Yeah.
What do you know about him?
Nothing, Captain. I'm just agreeing with you.
Did you see or hear a car around after the shot?
No, sir.
His shirt and chest are powder burned. Looks like he let himself have it and pitched forward.
Here's the rod, Captain. 32 automatic. Loaded for 1. And here's the ejected shell.
Did you go through his pockets?
First thing. Had $5.60 in his pants. Not a dime in his wallet. There's a package of matches with the name Carrington Hotel stamped on them.
$5, eh?
Yeah.
Last time I saw him, he was carrying 10 grand or so. He must have taken an awful beating.
Yeah.
Will you go back on your beat, Evans?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to get rid of that guy. He's standing around saying, yeah, gives me the willies.
Yeah.
Let me see that gun. His gun, all right. He wanted to get a license to carry it the last time I talked to him. I told him nothing doing. He laughed and said he wouldn't need it. Said the only one he'd ever use it on would be himself.
You think he'd done the job himself, Captain?
Well, those all the earmarks of a homemade job. We might check up on the Carrington Hotel. It's a pretty ritzy place for a guy with only $5 to be staying, but, well, come on. Yes, sir. I'm Captain Fraser from police headquarters. Do you have a man registered here by the name of Spencer? William Spencer.
Just a minute.
Say, that guy didn't live here the way he was dressed. He must have picked those matches up.
Well, it's the only thing we have to go on.
There doesn't seem to be anyone registered here by the name of Spencer.
Let me see your register a minute.
Yes, certainly.
What are you looking for, Cap?
Oh, I don't know. Just familiar names. Oh, here's one. W.F. Collins. That's Bull Collins, another gambler, and here's Flash Douglas. Seems to be a hangout of gamblers.
Yeah, but Ace Spencer ain't in their class.
Oh, he isn't, eh? Listen, those guys couldn't hold a candle to Ace Spencer in his prime. Come on.
Where now?
Just a matter of routine. We're going to make the rounds of the cheaper hotels. I've got a hunch that Ace had a room at one of them.
How long you going to keep this up, Captain? Do you know we haven't stopped for lunch?
Well, we'll try this one and then call it a day. Hey, you.
Yeah?
Do you have a William Spencer living here?
Yeah, room 9, but he ain't in.
We know he isn't. He's on a slab in the county morgue. Give me the key to his room.
I ain't surprised none. He's been acting funny ever since the boss told him he'd have to pay his rent or get out.
Was he much behind?
Oh, about 2 months. You know, I couldn't savvy that guy. Never had a dime, and yet he was wearing a diamond sparkler on his finger that'd knock you dead.
Yeah, I remember seeing it the last time I saw him alive. He always wore it for sentimental reasons. Bought it for a girl who died. Said no matter how tough he found the sledding, he'd never pawn it.
Well, he either pawned it or had it lifted tonight.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean he wasn't wearing it when we found him.
Maybe it's in his room. We'll look. Come on, Andy, down this hall.
Well, not here.
And here's the reason. A pawn ticket for a diamond ring dated yesterday.
Where'd you find that?
In his suitcase here. So Ace finally decided to pawn that ring, eh? You know, Andy, he must have had a reason for doing it.
Why? What was the ring worth?
Not a cent less than 10 grand.
And he was walking around penniless with a sparkler like that?
He wouldn't have parted with it for $1 million, unless he had a certain use for the money. He was a swell guy. Sentimental, too.
What are you getting at, Captain?
There's something in the air, Andy. I'm not saying that Ace Spencer didn't kill himself, but I'm saying that he must have had a reason for pawning that ring, and I'm going to find out what happened to the money.
Say, how about something to eat? First we go to the pawn shop, then we go down to talk to that stool pigeon, then we come back here to Carrington Hotel. Who are you going to see down here?
Keep your shirt on, Andy. If Ace bumped himself off, he must have had a reason. I'm going to find out what that reason was. We're looking for room 681.
What did that stoolie mean when he said Ace was framed in a poker game?
He was talking about last summer. Ace Spencer dropped $23,000 in one game. There was talk that he was framed. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. Maybe if he was framed last summer, he was framed again tonight. And that's why he bumped himself off. Sol Levison says he gave him 10 grand on the ring. Ace told him he'd get it back tomorrow. Now, here we are.
Who lives here?
Bull Collins. I got a hunch that maybe Ace came up here tonight for a game. Bull Collins is supposed to be the guy who broke him last summer.
Maybe he's out.
Oh, Bull. Remember me?
Well, come in, Captain. You're just in time for a little drink.
No, thanks.
Cigar?
You can skip the rope, too. Who's your friend?
Oh, don't you know Flash? This is Flash Douglas, Captain Fraser.
How do you do?
What can I do for you, Captain?
Ace Spencer bumped himself off tonight.
No.
Yes. He did it because he lost heavily in a poker game earlier in the evening. We found a package of matches from this hotel, and I found your name on the register downstairs. Putting two and two together, I figured that maybe Ace was in a game with you and Douglas.
It is a swell job of figuring, Captain. Ace was up here tonight. Lost 10 grand. Said he was clean, but I doubt it.
He was giving it to you straight. We found him with only $5 on him.
No. What, if I'd have known that,
What time did Ace show up?
4:30 this afternoon.
Whose cards did you use?
What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean. Was the game on the level, Bull?
You know it was. My games are always on the level. Anyway, Ace had me sent down to the cigar stand for 2 fresh decks.
Oh, he did he? Well, it was his funeral. Come on, Andy. We won't be bothering these gentlemen any longer.
So long.
Can we stop in the coffee shop for a bite to eat, Captain?
Pretty soon, Andy. We have some important business over here at the cigar stand. Hey, buddy.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Plenty. We're officers. You were working at 4:30 yesterday afternoon, weren't you?
Why, yes.
Do you remember sending some cards up to room 681?
Why, yes.
What are you getting so flustered about? I merely asked if you remembered sending them up.
Yes, I sent them up. 2 decks.
I see. Where'd you get them?
Out of the showcase here. Why?
Are you sure you got them out of the showcase?
Why, sure.
How many decks you got left?
I don't know.
Count them.
Yes, sir.
Up here in plain sight. That's it. Bring them all up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh. What's your name, son?
Bailey. Fred Bailey.
Been working here long?
No, sir.
Well, how is it that the day clerk inventories the playing cards before you came on at 10 decks, and you sent 2 decks to room 681, and you still got 10 decks in the showcase? What kind of arithmetic is that?
Why, I don't know.
Listen, Bailey. You didn't know it at the time, but you got yourself mixed up in a pretty ticklish matter. And I'd advise you to come clean with us. You sent 2 packages of cards to 681 that didn't come from your stock, didn't you? Didn't you?
Well, yes, I sent him up. He said he'd give me $100, and I didn't know. Honest, I didn't.
Well, that's all we want to know. You stay here and take this fellow's statement, Andy. I'm going back upstairs. I don't know that there's anything I can do about it, but we'll see.
Well, we didn't expect you back, Captain. Come back for the drink?
No.
Well, sit down. Let's have a little talk.
You can skip that, too. In fact, you can skip all the baloney.
What do you mean?
I mean that it'll be a long time before you do any more gambling in this town, Bull. In fact, I'm going to see what the chances are of getting you tossed in the can.
Are you crazy?
No, are you? Look here, Bull. It was Ace Spencer's own funeral when he came in here. I'm not crabbing about that. I know he had it coming to him someday. That's all okay. But I can't understand why a big shot like you would deliberately take Ace with a couple of stacked decks when you knew he was down and out and trying to make a comeback. You knew that you'd drive him to suicide. Maybe I've been wrong all my life about giving a guy a break when he's down, but I'll get that. You stay where you are. Hello? Yeah, this is me, Andy. You've been talking to who? Oh, the cigar clerk. What? What? He said that Ace... Hey!
Oh!
Hey, you will pull a gun on me, will you?
You broke my arm.
Hello, Andy. Come on up right away. This tin horn tried to pull a rod on me. Yeah, I'm okay. Well, that's one on me. I was working this thing out just backwards. It was Ace Spencer who bribed the cigar clerk to send those fixed cards to your room. But it was you, Bull, who found it out. And after Ace had taken every cent you had, you followed him to that vacant lot and killed him with his own gun.
All right, Fraser.
You shouldn't have done that, Bull. Ace was a swell guy.
Of fixed fights to shocking confessions, this episode of classic radio drama theater has certainly kept us guessing. We hope you've been captivated by these classic radio mysteries. Which story puzzled you the most? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications so you never miss an episode. Until next time, remember, the greatest puzzles often have the most unexpected solutions.